We are live. This is the market update. What just happened? Why did Bitcoin just blow through the all-time high and keep going? I thought Bitcoin was boomer coin. I didn't think it was going to move like this anymore. What happened? I'm going to tell you. And it's kind of like a three-part story. Also, stay tuned for proof of concept on mergers and acquisitions, because somebody out there knows that there are going to be massive takeover battles for Bitcoin miners. Little reading in between the lines there. Okay, let's start at the beginning with more stuff that's underneath the surface. Because even though this is like, all-time high breakout on Twitter, the reason why it happened, and more importantly, you're staying tuned to find out the reasons why it will continue in altcoins. The rising tide will lift all boats, and it is going to be insane. Insane. Okay. I want to start with two tweets that are extremely telling. So this is a guy named Cred. This guy goes way back. Did I buy the Bitcoin bottom? No. Did I trade this breakout perfectly? No. But did I carefully buy enough spot Bitcoin in the last few months to allow me to relax and ride this trend without FOMO? Also, no. Okay? Now, this speaks to the difficulty of bull markets. The guy's bullish. I thought Bitcoin was cringe and we were done at 114 and we were going to go to Solana. Right? So this is what happens. I have this whole thing. First you get bullish, then they force you out, then you get bearish, then you get short, then you get stopped out, then you get bored. And when you get bored, you start wondering. It's like, well, wait a minute. Do I really want to be in Bitcoin, or is it really more like a Solana XRP thing? Okay. 10 seconds after I got done saying that, it's like, see ya. Just bananas the other way. That tweet was him saying exactly that. I didn't play it right. And you know what? The reason you didn't play it right is because bull markets are hard. Nobody thought this was coming. And I'm going to tell you, so you're not going to go anywhere, because I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Now, we're going to go to Arthur Hayes next. Because you know what? I mean, a little less so than me, but he got caught with his pants down. He's like, I was slightly bearish in my last essay. BTC busted through all-time high on good volume. ETH is following and will outperform. Monster alt season, and his hedge fund is backing up the truck. Notice the word backing, meaning, he hasn't gotten it all done yet. Now, some finance nerd stuff. P&L destruction in equities is unbelievable. The green line is the price index of the stocks that hedge funds are short. So if you're short, you're getting destroyed. And these are all the Momo high-tech names. They're getting killed. Just destroyed. So in equities, it looks wonderful, but underneath the surface, everyone's losing money. Everyone. And another important milestone for our friends in Europe. Bitcoin goes over 100 euros per coin in Europe. Now, you're wondering what happened here, and I'm going to tell you, but I got to say hello to everybody first. We have Yav, Ben from down under, XRP to the moon. Dude, it's going to happen. That's going to be spectacular. Cardano is out of the gate today. Zapatis is here. Sherds, Tyler, Men's Gold Bond, Warmon, Miguel, Neff, Blown Ideas, Find Out Now 7, Thomas Chai, Is this the no sleep here season again? Bro, you got to get everything you can between now and the middle of the month. Hopefully you get some kind of dip, and then you take the dip and run with that, because they're going to do this again. They're going to do it twice. They're going to do it now, and they're going to do it in August. Forget about it. I mean, I've been screaming. I mean, there's like we had like SG and Yav and Arendam on the stream. It's like we were doing it was like a meetup. It wasn't a live stream because people are wrecked. I get it. Well, not anymore. Hornet 1919, Roby, Kevin, BRC, Honest. Welcome to the show. Okay, let's get to the point. What just happened? Here it is. 2 parts. 1, Michael Saylor wanted to buy Bitcoin. Michael Saylor came back and said, I'm not going to buy Bitcoin. You know why? Because there was no Bitcoin to sell him. It wasn't there anymore. We finally arrived at the supply shock. Now, any over-the-counter dealer, any giant entity, right, that helps these huge players get all this Bitcoin, they probably sat around and was like, well, it isn't going down. It's not going down. The orange man just showed you all the reasons why you want to get outside the system, and crypto week's coming up. So what are we going to do? Well, we're just going to market buy it. We're just going to go in, and everyone's going to get caught sleeping. And the old motto of don't short the quiet market is in effect. And we're going to just market buy this thing. Okay, so they market bought it up to 112. And then it goes through the Lux Algo premium zone. I never thought I'd ever see it. Okay, how did that happen? Okay, well, the market makers started to bid it up. And then the guys in Legacy, because remember, Legacy is a big part of this now. Legacy had, you could call them hedges. You could call them hedges, or you could call them ways for them to generate yield. So they're long and they short these time-sensitive bullish bets. Okay, and their bet is, when they do that, this is the key part. The bet is that Bitcoin will either not move or go up slowly. Now, when Bitcoin rips like this, so you have market makers bidding it up, and all of a sudden, these bets that are put on, they go bad. Legacy nerd term is called a gamma squeeze. And then it goes $5,000 a coin past what anyone thinks. And if you look at the price action this morning, they're still covering, right? So all these guys that were long Bitcoin and hedged, guess what? Guess what? Right? When you have, there's an old Wall Street saying, we're doing all the old Wall Street sayings today. The old Wall Street saying is that hedges are things that little doggies pee on. Meaning, whenever you're bullish and you hedge, it's going to go bad. Again, like I said, right? I'm bullish, but I'm bearish. I'm bullish, but I'm worried. Who's making money in this market? Full-on bull, crazy banana pants people like Michael Saylor and one of my colleagues, right? So you're bullish and short, and what happens is everyone gets stopped out. Like the Michael Saylor market makers are stopping themselves in getting into Bitcoin, and shorts are just getting destroyed. Shorts are getting destroyed in stocks. Remember I showed you that? So shorts are getting destroyed in stocks. The consensus long plays in stocks are supposedly falling apart. And Bitcoin is going to the moon. I mean, where does this stop? 120? What kind of stops you got at 120? They may have to run those stops before it comes off. I mean, I thought they were going to need all this help, all the American-made crypto rhetoric in order to do this, and they're just doing it right now. I mean, and I said they're going to price in crypto week before crypto week, and I'm still shocked. I'm still like, oh my God. making YouTube faces, and here it is, he's pretty much telling you like it is. The halls of attorney echo with the cries of those who sold their Bitcoin. Mike got all of his Bitcoin from all these whales. He got like 50 billion. All these long-term holders got out. Stupid. Not stupid. They didn't want it to top and go down 80%. So they took billions. But of course, Mike loves to buy the all-time high. He bought it at 10K. He bought it at 20K. We thought he was crazy. He bought it at 60K, wrote it down to 16K. And there's young Bill with Michael Saylor. Let me tell you something about this picture, okay? Miami, it was 90. It was like 90 with 100% humidity. And I come out of the convention center, and here's Michael Saylor. See, this is his security right over here. Michael Saylor is out in this heat in an all-black suit, just standing there. And I walked by, and I was like, hey, hold up my N Fiat shirt, which I wish I still had, and get a picture with Mike. And I'm like, dude, this guy is motivated. He is motivated. Now, this, oh my God. So apparently, Bitcoin mining investors and boards of directors and investment banks are picking up on it at Van Eck that Bitcoin mining CEOs are giving themselves massive pay packages, ready, in stock. Now, the fear is with things like that is that they're getting the stock and they're dumping the stock on the market. Okay. That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is they know they're going to get taken over, right? If you wanted to excessively compensate yourself, you would give yourself money or Bitcoin, but they're taking their own stock excessively, but they're going to get taken over because this price action is telling you there is good luck finding all the Bitcoin that you need. Good luck. Look who else is in. This is from January. Bruised by stock market, Chinese rush into ban Bitcoin. China allows Bitcoin ownership of crypto again. Seems kind of random, but this isn't random. Hong Kong stablecoin stocks surge as Bitcoin hits record. We have not seen the Chinese. I'm not sure we've seen the Europeans yet. Europeans are waking up to Bitcoin over 100 euros this morning. Hello. There's a whole bunch of people waking up to this today going, oh, wow, look at this. At 77, I didn't want it, but at 118, it's much more attractive. Transparency and compliance. Okay, so this is the, cater to the Ripple crowd news piece of the day. Personally, I think the thing you need to know about XRP is XRP has friends. Okay. So you got to go to this ISO 2220. No, you got to go to this ISO 20022. XRP, Cardano, Algorand, Hedera, IOTA, and XDC. Banks have to utilize some of that. They have to. And if that becomes apparent at Crypto Week, you could have a parabolic ascent, because if they can do this in Bitcoin, which was overbought, overdone, cringy, but when they came in and there was no seller and all these people who were bullish and short or hedged got hosed, what do you think is going to happen in these dinky little altcoins when all these hedge funds and ETF firms start coming in and market buying it. You're not going to get dips in these things. You're not going to get any dips. You had a dip. It's called the last 6 months. Right? So, I mean, like all these layer ones that they're going to run stable coins. It's like, you know what? You don't know what to do. Go ask ChatGPT. Give me 5 fast layer ones. Again, Cardano is up 7%. Why? Because the stuff everyone hates is going up. Again, that's why I started with the graph from equities. The things people hate are going up in a parabolic fashion. You get short, you get negative, you get smoked. Right? And again, haze is like saying, I thought you were going to have juice in alt season at 112. You go to 120. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're going to be after this thing like nobody's business. And that includes the Ethereum ETF. BlackRock has flipped itself around. BlackRock is now buying more ETH than Bitcoin. Holy cow. You don't know what alt season is until ETH goes. Until ETH goes. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch for political stuff, some key developments. One, the orange man is talking about getting rid of Jerome Powell. Maybe a Napoleon move, like getting rid of Powell and declaring himself head of the central bank. I don't know how they make these things up. I mean, it's not a bad idea because of how badly Powell has screwed up. But that's still kind of crazy. Now, that said, this market is pricing in interest rate cuts. Not just one. It's pricing in multiple. Because Amazon Prime Day, remember me talking about that? People thought I was crazy. I had no idea it was going to trigger this. But I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked. Because, they're after this thing. But it's also a reminder, and I'm going to quote somebody here. It's kind of shocking. Ready? Governments, where is it? The government hates you. They hate you. I was talking with my wife today, and I realized something. The last 5 years have definitively proved the one thing without a shadow of a doubt. The government hates you, and Bitcoin is a gift. And don't believe me? And he goes on and on and on. And he doesn't have to, because I've already gone on and on and on. Look at this guy. 9,000 followers. That may be about to change. They don't like you. They don't like you. They running the show for you? Oh, I don't think so. I'm glad he said it, because I can read his tweet, because I know I'm saying it every day. I couldn't say it as eloquently as that. And look at this. ECB promotes digital euro as sovereign cash alternative. How nice. You can post something on social media that you don't like, and they can push a button, and they don't have to debank you. They can just shut off your CBDC. They can just pull it right out of your wallet or whatever. Forget about it. Like, this is why you got a Bitcoin. And then this is why you got to find other things that you like. Other things that you like, believe it or not. Everyone's like, oh my God, I'm waking up. Here I am. I'm back. I don't know what to do. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. This is all so cheap. You want to buy Bitcoin? Ride it to 120. Great. I mean, I would be after Solana, Avalanche, and just find everything that everyone hates and get after that. Because, all these rallies start with all the stuff that people hate. The stuff that people hate rallies first. Sans Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, that's a whole other story, right? Which I gave you. Altcoins, whatever everyone hates is up. Cardano up 7%. Bingo. Okay, for me, look at what we got here. Janice McAfee's going to wind up on Joe Rogan because this thing about the law enforcement thing with the files is not going away. I've seen one older right-wing commentator doing damage control on that, saying that the orange man could never release the names because they would ruin people's lives. Certain things might get taken out of context. How do governments feel about you? This is up 25%. Oh, yeah. And it's still under 5 million market cap. It's still under 5 million market cap. And you know what? I think having McAfee, his own videos, his TikToks out on TikTok for people to find is what put a floor underneath this thing. That and this whole idea that, you know, people got promised a whole bunch of stuff and the optics are horrible. But they got to turn it all around. They got to turn it all around during crypto week. You know, it could also be funny that the reason crypto is moving like this is maybe Powell put high-powered money in the system. Last time I saw crypto move like this was like late 2023, where I believe, late 2023, where it just smoked out of nowhere. This is Cardano, 13 bottom. This was the confirmation. You're like, oh, what a cute little confirmation. Boom, see it. Everyone hates this. And we talked about all this stuff. We looked at it all versus Bitcoin. Solana hasn't even gotten to resistance yet. And today's a good day for a dip. The 4 signal is a good day for a dip. And you know what? Solana sitting here might be your dip. It might be. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it is. And nobody gives a darn about dips in XRP. Like, no one cares. You know, you're going to have at least 2 more up days, and they could be big ones up to 329. Like, if you look at XRP weekly, like, the week is still young. Maybe next week it'll stop. Maybe not. I mean, this is clearly some kind of awful sideways consolidation, right? And the way this XRP wave count, like there are 2 big waves. You know, Elliott wave is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 legs go in the direction of the major trend. 1, 3, and 5. 3 is very impulsive, meaning it's like gradually and then suddenly. That's 3. 5, okay, is vertical, emotional, crazy. Why? Because after you do your gradually, then suddenly, that's kind of easy. And then you get this horrible consolidation. Triangles, wedges, expanding triangle, you name it, man. It's awful. Especially if the 2 wave was kind of quiet, which in XRP, it was. It was like silent. So you got silent, then you got crazy banana pants. It's hard to deal with. And then this is just going to go straight up. Period. End of story. That's the market update. Have a good afternoon. Done. Right? XRP is telling you where this whole thing is going. And now that Bitcoin has gone nuts, this whole thing, I mean, total altcoin market cap as of now is up 1.5% today. Ooh, 1.5%. Dude, do you realize what this means? I mean, I know I keep saying it, but it was crazy before today, and now it ain't crazy, right? Lux Algo just put a whole bunch of support underneath this. Total altcoin market cap means without Bitcoin and ETH is less than $1 trillion. We have a $4 trillion semiconductor stock. 4. Woohoo. And Web3 is worth less than 1 T. Uncle Sugar prints 1 T every 5 months. You got to be kidding me. We're talking future money, talking about AI. Cut it up any way you want. Do you realize that with this type of a pattern, this is bizarre. It's called a complex head and shoulders bottom, meaning you have 2 heads, 2 shoulders, two shoulders, 2 heads, and 2 shoulders. And it's got an upward sloping neckline. Now, normally the neckline is downward sloping. When you have an upward sloping neckline, the way it goes is if you break out and don't fall below this line, see ya. It's like a diamond. It's a recipe for an eruption. That message wasn't resonating prior to today. Now everyone's like, okay, now I'm interested. And guess what? They're still standing around staring at each other. They're not doing anything. Right? Fetch AI is down. AKT, an American-made crypto, is up 1%. Wow, look at this big move. This is not a big move. These things could go up 20% increments. No problem. ACASH's got to go up 40% to get to its 200-day moving average, right? I can't believe Solana. No, that's not Solana. I don't know. None of this. These are the AI coins. PAL is down. Are you kidding? Maybe they had big days yesterday. Okay. So you get what you're picking up what I'm putting down. XRP up 4%. Cardano up 8% now. It's not investment advice. But if you're in crypto and you're not involved, you're not in crypto. Because this is it. This is it. They come over the top during crypto week, and the Orange Man comes on, and Cynthia Loomis comes on, and Michael Saylor comes on, or somebody makes an announcement. Again, they're pricing all this in now. And they may go all the way through crypto week with this, right? Because don't start, my final word, don't start this I can't buy it thing. Do it, buy a dip, buy a pause, put a stop in, close your eyes, and hope for the best. Nobody is long this market. You saw what happened to Bitcoin when they got themselves all twisted up. Altcoins are next. That's the market update for today. We will see you tomorrow.